What's up, you guys? Thank you for joining me for yet another episode of the And Now We Know show. Oh my gosh, there's been so many people on here. I can't even count no more. It's kind of ridiculous. It's like really ridiculous. If you guys don't know who I am, if you're just seeing me for the first time, go and check out all of my previous episodes. I have episodes over here. Just go check them out. Check out all these people. These are some dope people that I find out meeting people. I'm always looking for people. So of course I have another special guest. What do I have? Would you know, another special guest? He's all the way from Philly, and I can't even believe it. Like, I got some Philly people on here. It's dope. His name is PO. Just 2 letters, y'all. Pretty sure you guys will like what he has going on. He got a lot of things going on for us to talk about today. So yeah, sit down, sit tight, and let's bring him on out. Thank you for coming on.
Yo, appreciate you for having me. It's Po, West Philly.
Po, y'all.
You know, Big CC, 10-year anniversary shop Cairo, Big Cairo Cast.
Hey,
you know?
hey.
10-year Annie. Appreciate the love. Appreciate y'all for having me.
We're finally sitting here with Po. He's from Philly, and I just want to know, what was it like for you growing up in Philly?
Philadelphia is one of them cities where it's real unique to itself. I mean, it's like you know how people say, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that. It's like we got our own slang and like lingo, you know. I mean, we got our foods that we eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our own little.
Like, what kind of food y'all be eating? Oh yeah, Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Everybody know about Philly cheesesteak.
I mean, that water ice, pretzels.
Water ice?
Yeah, water ice.
What?
Like Italian ice, I guess, whatever. Like, I don't know.
What?
Yeah, if you come to the city, somebody gonna be like, yeah, let me get a lemon, half cherry water ice. That's just like a standard, I guess. But
what?
So you gotta keep it thorough. Like, when you in the city, you gotta go to all the little thorough spots. You can't go nowhere that's like subpar. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta go somewhere thorough. I'll put you on the spots though. Like, if you're ever in Philly, you know what I'm saying, I'll put you on. Like, the real good spots. Like, the place Kobe Bryant used to go to and all that. Like,
oh, for sure. I'm gonna hit you up there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit you up when I'm out there.
Like the park where I grew up. I'm trying to get with them right now and like use my brand to give back and like repaint the park and rebuild the park. That's something I'm really interested in doing, because kids don't play outside no more.
Right.
You know, because like technology, but if you give them somewhere new and updated to play at, they're gonna be over there. So
exactly,
that's definitely something I'm interested in, because I know a lot of the parks and recreational people like in my community too. So
wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I grew up.
You know, the park recreational people.
Yeah, I grew up like being like part of my community, not only for bad stuff, like I mean, like for good stuff too, like trying to make a difference. So.
Wow, we're getting to know you so much about you today. That's really dope. That's really dope. I want to get into like your music. Like, you're very talented.
Thank you.
How did you start rapping?
I started rapping 20 years ago. And
what made you want to do
it? My grandma, she passed away in Egypt in a car accident when I was 11. So she was on vacation too, so that's what my brand is based off. So I got to speak on that first before I even get to the music part of it. But she taught me how to write poetry, and that's why everybody calls me Po. So,
wow, that's huge.
But my logo is a microphone wrapped around the pyramid, but the end of it is a snake, because it goes with the Egyptian aesthetic. But this is the 10th year of my brand, so when I started rapping, I used the poetry that she taught me how to write. It was for school, actually. Like, I wasn't even trying to be a rapper, for real.
But you were learning, like, all of that at a young age? Like 5, 6, yeah. Wow, like your grandma was just teaching you, like, that young?
Yeah, she was an English teacher at a high school, at Colonial Forge High School in Virginia.
Wow. Yeah. Shout out to his grandma, rest in peace.
This really was the real push for my music, too. Like, all the music prior to having a brand was me just trying to figure out how I sounded, who I was, all that. But once I established Cairo Casanova and Cairo Cleopatra, that's my women's collection of my brand. But once I established like who I want to be, and having a brand is like way more important than just being an artist, because it does the work for me in my sleep. Like, people hit me every day like, yo, I found one of your hats somewhere, or somebody gave me, because I always give.
Yeah, I can't wait to wear it. Like, if I didn't want to mess up my hair, I'd put it on right now. But definitely, like, I'm about to rock this later today. This is so cute, and it has meaning behind it, like your grandma and how she used to teach you. That's so dope. Shout out to grandmas, cause
for real, they do the work that like nobody else can.
That your real parents don't be wanting to do. Speaking of your brand, because like so many people are shouting out your brand. You have celebrities, big celebrities like Megan Good shouting you out, wearing your stuff. You got Kevin Hart. You guys. Russell Westbrook, you guys, is checking his stuff out, wearing your clothes. How does that feel? Like, what is...
I feel good. I feel great just off of even having a 10-year run and continuing to run. But, like, when you meet people and you rewatch the content that you created with them, it's crazy because, like, I started just selling my shirts out the trunk in the hood. Like, wow. And I took that and it's blessed me 1,000 times over. But I feel like it's more because my brand represents my grandma and it doesn't really represent me. I'll like touch on a couple of the names you said. So Kevin Hart's from Philly too. So that was the connection that me and Kev had. But it was dope because I was at the gas station and I saw him. Like, I never talked about the story behind the video. Like, people always ask like, yo, like, what happened?
Ooh, we get an exclusive over here.
So I pulled over at the gas station, and it's crazy because I was on my way to somewhere, and I wasn't going to get gas. Like, nah, wait, let me just pull over and get some gas real quick. So I stopped, and my homie wouldn't know how to pay for the gas, and, you know, he took, like, a little too long. So I popped my head out the car to see if he was all right. I look, and I see somebody putting air in their tire, like, behind me, maybe, like, 30 feet away from me. And I'm like, no, that's not Kevin Hart. And this is what I'm about to say, about to be funny as hell, but then he stood up and he was almost still the same height he was when he was bending down putting the air in the tire. So I'm like, oh shit, that's Kevin Hart. So then I'm always prepared. I always got something that I can put in somebody's hand that's tangible. So I had a duffel bag of my merch in the car. I always do.
Wow, that's so smart.
And
I need to start doing that myself.
I don't know. So this is the only. I don't like live with regrets, but the only thing I regret was that I didn't take the whole bag out and I just took one hoodie out the bag. I was so hyped to try to get him the hoodie, just to give it to him. But then, we ended up having a conversation before the video and after the video too. But what he said in the video is very powerful. It still inspires me today. I appreciate that. Fashion designers all over the world, like young people who started their brands or whatever, have hit me up and they're telling me like how inspired they were to even talk to me from the inspiration from the video. So I was inspired by the moment, and I'm happy that I was able to inspire others. You know, I'm just trying to inspire the youth, like, you know, the young niggas, young kings, queens, whoever, you know, back home and shit, because all over the world, but specifically in my hood, because if I came from the same trench as them, they should be able to, pull from me and get out of there too. And
you're
I'm trying to help
doing your thing out here. I'm so happy to have you on my show.
Yeah, another person I was trying to say. I was trying to talk about the experience with my brand. So I opened the store last year, and Russell Westbrook came. And
I seen your picture with him.
Crazy.
That's wild.
It was crazy. He showed mad love. Like, people see the Brody and they be like, that's Russ. They think bro an asshole, but he really a cool ass dude. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
He heard me out. And, he showed love. You seen the big ass bag I gave to him. Like, he had the drip when he left. So
shout out to Russell Westbrook.
Had to get bro right too. I think I gave bro everything in a 2X. He big as hell in real life. So.
You're pushing your brand. You have a podcast.
Yesterday
as well.
You said tomorrow podcast.
Like
YYST.
How did that come about? Like,
it come from like being inspired from people like you and just all the podcasts I grew up watching as a kid. Like we used to watch all the 106 and Parks and Breakfast Club, stuff like that. Like cussed out for not doing my homework before I watch TV, do whatever I'm doing.
For real.
Then boom, and I'm watching 106 and Park and I'm like, ooh, this how artists doing whatever they doing or whatever. You know, I was just learning more about music because I've always wanted that, and I've always been inspired by that. So I've always wanted to host something. I still love to come on platforms like this because we're crossing fan bases. So
yeah, I'm glad to have you on here for sure.
And I appreciate you having me pull up.
Of course, you can come back anytime. You know, for sure.
Especially this summer, we're going.
This summer's about to be lit. Actually, I'm going out the country.
Like, you gonna send it up? Where you going?
Italy and Mexico.
Yeah, I've been in Mexico a couple times.
Now I want to get into like your relationship life and like your friendships and stuff like that, because it could be hard to be like you're doing all this stuff. Like you have your brand, you have your podcast, you have your music, and so how do you stay on top of like your family and like friends and relationships? How do you balance everything?
I feel like all the people who, like, not all, but like the few people who are actually in my life, they're like part of my support system. So I don't like lack in that area at all. You're not rocking Big CC. You see, bro, he got it on his head. Yeah, we not playing. You gotta keep positive. People who wanna just big you up to be better, because all the people who made it, quote unquote, them folks, they got people around them that's constantly feeding them ideas and pushing them to more towards their long-term goals and their plateau trajectory. Because you get to this one point where you're just coasting, and you can't fall off. I'm not going to name artists specifically, but there's there's artists who have billions. Just think about the billionaire rappers and singers.
Right.
They have all the tools to continue to maintain that success.
Yeah.
And then there are some who show flashes of greatness, and then they never get to reach that level of success. And a lot of that has to do with the people they have around them, or the people that weren't around them. I did a giveaway with Trinidad James at Crete Academy on, I think that's 60th and Crenshaw. Did a giveaway right there for the kids over there too. That was cool because we grew up listening to Trinidad in high school. So
that's really nice. Like, you're doing like projects helping the community. Like, you're really helping people. Like,
yeah,
that's so big. I love to hear that. In
that bag. My old heads ain't telling me the right thing to do. So
that's incredible.
we got thrown off track by a couple years because we was.
That's incredible. You're a dope person.
I appreciate that.
How do you stay motivated every day? Like, do you do something in the morning, or like how do you?
I just started meditating like a little more, like probably in like 2021. I
started meditating this.
You know how you be like in your head on some negative shit?
Yeah.
I be on some whatever the opposite of that is. That's what I try to do. Like, I don't want to hear no sounds. I turn all my appliances off, my phone, I'll throw that shit behind my bed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want nobody to feel like they could use this little handheld computer to distract me. You know what I mean? Like, nothing. Like, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear shit. Like, I just want to hear my head, and what's in my head, and hear whatever guy is trying to tell me, like, yo, bro, do this today. Like,
do you listen to music? Do you have, like, music on? Like, meditation music?
I have sleep music.
Sleep music?
Sleep meditation. Yeah, because I had this theory that when you sleep, like, you go somewhere else. Like, it's like
I think so.
Stay positive. That's what I do. I try to stay positive as much as I can, because the devil be trying to put a little chink in your armor and make you doubt yourself and shit. Like,
exactly. Or make you feel like, oh, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But you gotta continue to push yourself out here though. Like I lost so many people along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like the gun violence and the drugs and shit. So when I think about that, like those are people who are part of me, telling me like, yo, bro, keep going. Like, I lost a lot of the guys. They ain't get to see this. All the people I lost, they are like a part of me. Like, I inherit things about them. Like, they become a part of me after they die, and it make me way stronger.
I feel you on that, because I feel like that too. Like, I've had a sister that passed from cancer, and I feel like she's definitely like a part of my like personality down there, and like she's a motivating factor for me. Like, I just feel like he's watching me.
I definitely feel that. Like like I don't know if I hear their voice or if I just feel their energy. I'm an energy feeler.
Can you leave us some words of advice to people that are inspired by you today? Because you are a very inspirational person. You have so much going on. You're just taking over. What type of advice and tips could you give for people that are inspired by you today?
Most importantly, you gotta love yourself. Because if you love yourself, you're gonna do whatever it takes to put yourself in the light that you see yourself in your head. So it first start with love. And I love what I do, so it gets me really to where I'm trying to be at. I've seen a lot of different aspects of life and the trenches and how it affect people. And how, you know, like I know some kids, they was good kids. And you know what I'm saying? One thing happened and that changed the person. And now they, you know, they making that citizen app go up. Like kids in my community, they need more positive people. So there's a lot of people in Philadelphia that's doing their thing, that, you know, with their brands, and it's you know, and with the music and you know, just anything creative. But specifically for young entrepreneurs, this is something that I wish people told me. Exert and exhaust all of your resources as quick as you can. For real, if you're a teenager and you have a brand, tap in with these teenagers. Y'all got phones. I didn't have all this when I started my brand in 2013. We had just started using Instagram. Like, we was just posting food on Instagram, posting.
Right.
No, we weren't
Nobody
posting nothing crazy.
Using Instagram for I remember.
So now, exhaust all. I didn't I didn't have nobody to make a logo for me or to help me find fonts or help me find manufacturers. You know how hard that was 10, 11 years ago? It was hard. It wasn't like now.
That's so true.
It's so many more resources. I don't sound old saying that, but just more seasoned, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's so many resources out here at our fingertips for us to use. And instead of, like I was saying earlier, consume a salad for your brain, like, give your brain some food for thought. That's something that's going to make you think.
Can you also shout out your social media right now for everybody that wants to stalk you and follow you in your journey now?
Yo, wait, hold on. Gotta talk about the stalking, man. I'm about to change my number again. I don't know if y'all leaked my shit on Twitter. I don't know where that shit. Instagram is PO Lambeau. Po like poetry, short for poetry. Lambeau like a Lambeau leap, like where the Packers play at. That symbolizes like poetry celebration. Because when the Packers score a touchdown, they hop in the crowd and celebrate with their fans. So PO Lambeau is my Instagram. But that's POLAMBEAU, and my Twitter is TJ the Poet, TJAYTHEPOET.
And now we know Po from Philly. He is so dope, you guys. He dropped so many gems for y'all. So many gems. Go rewind, and if you missed any of that information, he's like he know what he's talking about. He's making moves. He got his brand, podcast. Hit him up if you want to get on his podcast. Hit him up if you want some merch.
Yesterday you said tomorrow podcast. Cairo Casanova new website on the way.
Hey.
Got new Cairo Casanova. This exclusive. This is what I want to say. I got the new Cairo Casanova cologne. All Egyptian scented cologne and candles are on the way.
What?
We're coming with all new different types of merchandise this year to just build the brand and brand recognition. So you might see a Cairo Casanova doorknob or a Cairo Casanova ring light.
Wow.
Or a Cairo Casanova laptop case, or everything has become more possible with these new relationships that I've created overseas. So, man, shout out to manufacturers overseas, man. Y'all know y'all are, man. I'm gonna send y'all the interview. Y'all thorough as hell, bro. Y'all helping me get right, man.
Love it.
RP the guys, free the guys again.
We love to hear it over here. And now we know Po, you guys. Hit him up right now and follow him today. Follow his journey. He's not done yet. He's still going. He's doing so much more. And now we know Po, you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video too. And see you guys next week.
Big CC, Big Sixer, man. Go.
I learned in life was from myself and from the streets. But tell me what these blessings for when all my dogs deceased. When Big Justin died, I could barely speak. I just seen you the other day. Was walking past your crib, I turned my head and looked up.